Are all foreign currencies international currencies? Through this video, we will look into the differences between foreign currencies and international currencies, and also we will look into the requirements for a currency to be considered as an international currency. We will be discussing features of international currency. Let's get into the matter. All nations will use at least one currency for their internal transactions, for their day-to-day transactions, not for trade transaction, not for import bill settlement. Some currencies will use more than one currency for their day-to-day transaction. Some currencies will use foreign currency or an international currency besides their own domestic currency, and we will discuss in detail the features of foreign currency and international currency, and we will discuss the differences between foreign currency and international. How does foreign currencies differ from international currency? What is mean by foreign currency? What is mean by international currency? So all foreign currencies are not international at all. So you have to understand that all foreign currencies are not international currencies, and foreign currency just means the currency of a foreign country. For example, Pak rupee is a foreign currency for all the nationals besides Pakistanis. Sri Lankan rupee is a foreign currency for all the nationals outside Sri Lanka. Indian rupee will be a foreign currency for all non-Indians. So all foreign currencies are just the currencies of foreign nations, but it is not the international currency. All foreign currencies are not international, but all international currencies are foreign currencies except for the country of origin of that currency. For example, US dollar, euro, Japanese yen. In the coming slides, we will be discussing the features of an international currency or the requirements for a currency to be considered as an international. First in the list is vehicle currency. So an international currency must be a vehicle currency. What does vehicle currency means? Vehicle currency means the currency which will be used for international payments, currency which will be used for import bill settlement, currency which will be used for export receipt, currency that will be used for in making investment abroad. So this is a vehicle currency which will take the legal tender status beyond international borders. So these kinds of currencies will have international acceptability. It will cross the borders. It will not be limited to the national border. It will cross the international border. So this is the first feature of an international currency, that should be vehicle currency. Second feature is hard currency. An international currency must be hard currency. What does hard currency mean? Hard currency means a stable currency. International currencies must be stable. That means it is less likely or unlikely to depreciate over a period of time. Instead, it may appreciate over a period of time slightly, even in the extreme worst condition. So international currencies must be hard. It will be stable currencies, and investors will trust in those currencies because of its stability. Third one is the component of foreign exchange reserve. International currencies will be a component of foreign exchange reserve. Why that happen? It is because of the acceptability, international acceptability and trust in the foreign currency, in the international currency. So these currencies will be received through export receipts, foreign investment, foreign transfers. These are three modes through which the international currencies will be received in a country, and it will be held by the central bank of that country as the component of foreign exchange reserve. Fourth one is international currencies will be a favorite one, will be favorite in the foreign exchange market. Why that happen? It is because of the acceptability, it is because of the trust, it is because of the stability of the international currency. So those kinds of currencies will be traded mostly in the foreign exchange market. Investors will choose that currency. So most transactions in the global foreign exchange market will happen in international currencies. Uh, Similarly, the most currency pair it will also be the international currencies. For example, US dollar and euro has been the largest currency pair in the global foreign exchange market for the past few decades or years. Almost half of the global transactions in the foreign exchange market has been in United States dollar. This is as per the BIS biennial central bank survey, a report of published in April 2019. So besides United States dollar and euro, other major currencies in the foreign exchange market are Japanese yen, JPY, Great British Pound, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, and Switzerland franc. So Indian currency, Indian rupee is not in the it is just 16, it got just 16th rank in the foreign exchange market, while Chinese yuan has got 7th rank in the total global foreign exchange transactions. So another feature is currency pair. That means the international currencies will be the largest currency pair. It will be part of the largest currency pair in the world. US dollar and euro are the largest currency pair in the global foreign exchange market, followed by US dollar and Japanese yen, US dollar and Great British Pound, US dollar and Australian dollar, US dollar and Canadian dollar, as per the in the sequential order. Sixth feature is international currencies will be dollarizable currencies. International currencies must be dollarizable currencies. What does that mean? It is dollarization. Dollarization is the adoption of a foreign currency or an international currency which will be used as a legal tender currency in a nation. What does legal tender currency mean? Legal tender status of a currency, of an outside currency, will be means the adoption of currency with full legal status. It will be used for day-to-day transactions in a nation. So that is dollarization. That may be full dollarization or partial dollarization. Full dollarization, example for full dollarization is still Ecuador, a Latin American country, has adopted dollarization, has been using United States dollar as the legal tender currency in Ecuador. Another example was Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe reversed the dollarization in the recent period. They adopted dollarization in 2009 onwards, but they reversed it now and they have gone back to their own currency. Partial dollarization has been existing in certain parts of the world. Cambodia, Lebanon are some of the examples for partial dollarization, where they have been using more than one currency, especially United States dollar, besides their own domestic currencies. So this is dollarization. It is the adoption of a foreign currency, not just dollar, that may be euro also. So only international currencies will be dollarized. It is because of the trust, it is because of the international acceptability, it is because of the stability also. So another feature is peggable currency. International currencies must be the peggable currencies. Why? What does that mean? so that only the trusted currencies, only the internationally trusted currencies will be pegged into. That means certain currencies have great trust, like United States dollar, euro, and United States dollar and euro have been the mostly pegged currencies in the recent period. This is to stabilize the pegging currency. This is to gain the stability of the peggable currency, benefit of the peggable currency. For example, Cambodian riel in the recent period has pegged into United States dollar. Similarly, Danish krone, DKK, has been pegged into euro. Here I'm not forgetting the events of pegging into the currencies of developing countries, like certain currencies are pegged into Indian rupee. For example, Nepal and Bhutan. Nepalese currency and Bhutanese currency are pegged into Indian rupee. This is actually the exception. This is not the common case. There is no other country which have pegged their currency into Indian rupee. This is the another kind of situation. But mostly, commonly, the currencies are pegged into international currencies, which are highly accepted, mostly trusted, and highly stable currency. With these 7 features, let me add one more thing, that is the international currencies will be the currencies of the advanced nations. All international currencies are the currencies of advanced nations, developed nations, or the industrial world. And how do you understand certain currencies are international currencies and certain currencies are not international currencies? And let's look into the we have to look into the foreign exchange transactions in the global foreign exchange markets to know whether the currency is international currency or just foreign currency. So when we look at the volume of transactions of buying and selling in the foreign exchange market, we will understand whether the currency is international or it is just foreign currency. And on that basis, United States dollar is the mostly traded currency in the world, and it is considered as the international currency. Other international currencies on the basis of volume of transactions is euro, followed by Japanese yen, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Switzerland franc. Let us conclude the lesson. So what why why some currencies are called international currencies? International currencies are the currencies which are mostly trusted currencies, which are mostly internationally acceptable currencies. It is acceptable because of its stability, because of its highly usability and stability. So only internationally acceptable currencies are called international currencies. Not all foreign currencies are called international currencies, but certain foreign currencies are called international currencies,